big new movie, Gremlins 2, The New Batch. And here's someone very special to tell you all about it.
The technology is evolving so quickly that the things that we're doing in this picture now we couldn't have done 6 years ago in the other movie. Because the lip sync is so difficult to perform live and takes so many people, and because Tony Randall talks so quickly in this film, I decided that the best way to do that is to pre-program all the lip sync dialogue and perform the rest of it live. Then we actually just program the upper lip first, and then the lower lip and the tongue and the jaw, each at a separate pass, and then the Gilder flute would play it back at real time.
Boy, this is a really good movie! And there you have it. A true unsolicited testimonial from Gizmo himself, in his very own words. So listen to Gizmo. You know he'd never lie to anyone.
If a little gizmo or a gremlin is crawling along the floor, there's usually a hole in the floor. And so it's always a big question mark as to where this hole needs to be. So first we start out with a small hole, about 3 inches, and then later on at the end of the day or the end of the shooting of this particular sequence, the set will look like Swiss cheese because there's holes all over the place. They're not 3 inches, but they're this big.
In the second movie, we had already had the experience of doing the first movie, so we were much more prepared and knew pretty much what had been done before and what we wanted to do differently. In a sequel, you have to try to top the first picture, and there were a lot of things that were just not technically possible for us on the time and budget that we had in the first movie that we knew we would have to have in this picture. So when we went to Rick Baker, when we were writing the script, we tried to include him.
They came to me before the script was even finished, and I said, why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? And this would be a really thing to try, and they added that stuff in the script. And every day that we shot, we made up stuff. Joe says, what are we going to have him do today? It's like, well, I don't know. What do you want him to do? He goes, well, have him throw stuff. I said, well, how about if we do this? And he goes, okay. So, that's what was fun about working with Joe. He's real open for suggestion. To create a character, we'll start with a two-dimensional sketch. I usually do drawings first, and sometimes full-color paintings. We sculpt the new features, make molds of those parts. In those molds, we put rubber, which has to be baked in the oven, foam rubber usually. And it's painted, and you put hair on it, and the mechanics are built for if it has facial mechanics. It really varies for each thing.
I wouldn't exactly know how to tell somebody how to do this, because on the surface, it just looks like you point the camera at it, and you turn it on and you turn it off. But in fact, the number of puppeteers there are and the amount of communication that has to go on to get even the simplest thing to happen when you want it is just something that comes with practice.